Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. Honestly, this is a very personal video for me, and honestly, it's one of the videos in which that I really want to edit. I mean, honestly, I'm going to let you know this right now, is that I may actually, sometime in the future, if I do actually give me an actual camera and not actually film these videos up on my fucking phone, sometime in the future, I will actually redo this video, and I will actually try to try to reiterate what I actually mean in terms of stuttering is a fucking hard ass thing for me to actually talk about, or at least actually it's pretty easier for me to talk about now than when I used to be a lot worse with it, because it's something that I have really been dealing with ever since I was young, and I've heard plenty of things about it. It was either it was a confidence thing, it's a familiarity thing, it's a talking too fast or thinking about something faster than what you can say it. You know, it's plenty of things that actually go up, and you know, there's all these different types of like studies and different like hints, tips and tricks and different ways to speak and talk and all the rest of this other stuff. And for the most part, I found most of it helpful, but some of it really wasn't as helpful because of the simple fact of like, you're pretty much telling this to a guy who just wants to say what he has to say, and then I don't want to talk anymore. Or at least that's sort of how I used to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still actually trying to build up my YouTube cred and actually still trying to actually connect with people, and I still have to watch like 30-minute videos of other people and all this craziness, and you know, trying to keep all the friends and whatnot. But really, it's not a very easy thing to do. But I'm like, me dealing with this throughout my younger years, of course, you know, you being a kid, you stuttering, and that shit, it really made talking to other people really difficult for me, because normally I would talk and try to hold a conversation, but then me stumbling over my words and going over crazy things, even though I did know what to say, I couldn't really get it out as fast, and really trying to get that out in an argument, because, you know, you really get anxious and whatnot, and then people, they want to make fun of you for it, and then that means that you don't really want to talk to those people as much, because, you know, of course they're being assholes, and then that sort of crumbles away your confidence, and then you slowly break down into this person who really just doesn't want to talk all that much. I mean, that's sort of how it was when I was with my last girlfriend, when she told me that my stutter got on her nerves. I really didn't want to talk to her all that much, to be frank with you. I pretty much just tried, man, to do as little talking around her as I possibly could, but of course, old habits, they die hard up on YouTube, of course, because this is a series that's built through your voice, or through your actions, or through video, or some other type, or edited video, as this sort of is created, of course. But I will be fair though, is that if most people, if they go back and they do sort of see my older YouTube videos, you can see that I was sort of having a harder time. I mean, look at me ranting about Devil May Cry, or look at me ranting about when I said that I thought that Naruto sucked. And a lot of people, they will come out and they will say that they love this series because they watched every single episode, or that they played every single video game, or some crazy shit like that. But I'm like, listen, you don't need to watch every single episode to sort of get an idea of something, or play every video game to get an idea of something. To be fair, it's like you can't make a full-on concise review now, but most and foremost, I mean, like, you can go back and you can see that some of the things that I was saying in those videos, I get the feeling that a lot of people, that they really misunderstood what I was saying, or that I was so anxious into saying whatever I wanted to say that it didn't necessarily come off the way how it was actually supposed to. And will I actually remake some of those videos in the future? I just might, because now I feel as though that I am at that point to where that I can actually hold a very concise conversation without actually having to stumble over my words a lot. I just did it a second ago. Or I'm not actually saying a specific word over and over and over again just so I can get through a sentence, which is something that I really do like. But then again, I guess it's just the fact that I'm just slowly starting to get comfortable with this. I mean, stuttering is something that has been going on in my life ever since I was about 4 years old. And I think now that I'm about to be 27 on the 6th, yes, everybody, I'm going to be 27 on the 6th. I'm going to pretty much have to deal with all that. I feel as though that I'm good enough to actually hold this shit in and actually use it as a means to actually try and get my point across. Now, I know that still some of my views that they're not necessarily seen as like the best shit in the world, because I know that I'm not the greatest, I'm not the best, and God knows is that this fucking thing over here, or at least the way how that I talk, it will lead me into way more problems than actually solving them. But as it stands, I'm okay with the way how that I talk right now, and honestly, I do like the way how that I'm doing this shit. Honestly, this was the first thing that actually fucked up my confidence, and also really did sort of affect my work. But now that I think I'm slowly starting to get a hang of it after more than 20 plus years, I think I'm slowly starting to get to a good place in my life. Honestly, I'm not gonna say that I'm like the epitome of the person who you should talk to about actually fixing your stuttering, speech impediments, or pretty much whatever. But what I can say though is that for me, a person such as me, the way how that I talk is linked to my confidence as a person. So pretty much if you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm fucking good today, or I'm doing something in which that I am supposed to, or pretty much you feel as though as that you are pretty much up on the right track to getting to where you need to go, then I think slowly but surely everything that's going on in your life will actually slowly start to pick up. First starting with your voice, and then afterwards maybe your work ethic. I'm not necessarily the greatest person to come to for that, but that is what I got to say about that. Please tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. Catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. Sorry that this shit is so fucking long, but I really wanted to let everybody know that, yeah, I may not be the best person to actually speak up on YouTube, but hopefully my voice, it holds enough power to actually start somewhat of an echo that can maybe pull everybody back in. So that is what I got to say about that. I'll catch you next time. I'm out.